Good morning, good morning, good morning. Ah, well, the first thing I want to do real quick here. Oh, by the way, I'm Kelwin Hagen, and I am very pleased and very grateful to be here with you this morning and to be able to facilitate the morning agape prayer. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to share this prayer onto my personal page as well right now. So a few more folks might see it that wouldn't have seen it otherwise. I think I've done that. Yes, I have. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Kelwin Hagen here. What happened to it? I had a page open too, and now I gotta find that page. So, give me 1 second here. Da, 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 da. Oh, maybe I lost it. But we got a minute. Folks are going to be coming on in. Hi, Portia. Good morning, Chloe. Okay. Okay, that's just interesting. In the meantime, go ahead and put where you're from and what you want to manifest in your life today, and we'll be getting to all that in just a minute. How could I have lost that? Oh, well, if I lost it, maybe it wasn't supposed to be what I was reading. Right? That's kind of funny. Well, okay, we're going to pick something else then, and it's going to be all good, and that's the way it is. So, good morning, everybody. Let's see who's here. Hi, Narissa, Deborah, Curtis. Got San Francisco, Miami, Canada, Alberta, Canada. Hi, Shawnee, Roslyn, Dorothy. Grateful for the sunshine. Prayers for safe travels to Atlanta with my mother this evening. Absolutely. Knowing perfect travels for you. Hi, Kay, Sally, Tita, Christy, good morning. We got Florida in the house. We got Oregon. Great to see me smiling on a Monday. Well, I like Mondays. Mondays are a beautiful day of the week. Comes off a Sunday, and Sunday yesterday was absolutely amazing. It was Agape's 39th anniversary. There was a party afterwards at Agape, and it was quite the joyful time. We got to do a chamber prayer around the entire congregation, which was a wonderful experience. The energy was off the charts. So this Monday I'm feeling pretty darn good. Pretty darn good. So, yeah, I'm smiling on a Monday. ah. So let's see. Hi, Danielle. Orange County, California, right down the block. Sort of. Okay, what are we going to read today? Maybe we're not going to read anything. Oh, maybe I'll just read that one little blurb opening the beginning of the book. Freedom from fear is possible. It's pretty cool, right? Huh. Okay. Okay. Well, this one's jumping out at me. Part 2, Growing from Fear into Freedom. And it's got a little blurb written about this section of the book. And I think I might just take that, since I can't find the one that I originally had thought I was going to do. Actually, I'm going to do from the beginning. Freedom from fear is possible. So, let's wait a second here. Hi, Akanke, Carmelita, San Pedro. Akanke's in Philadelphia. Gwen, hello. Raleigh, North Carolina. Grateful to have you here with us this morning. Hello, Mary Ann from Twain Hart, California. Up there, that's beautiful. Suzanne from Mendocino. Kay, knowing divine right order, justice, wholeness in all affairs. My desired outcome in my case. All things going my way. All needs always met. All needs always are met. And we always get what we need. Sometimes doesn't feel like that, though. And Conke is grateful for a joyous life. I have friends, family, and community I love. I love that. Love and blessings from Winky, from South Africa. Autumn, good morning. Grateful to have you here this morning, Autumn. Hi, Pia. Prayers for everybody you're holding in your prayer today, Danielle. Divine Day from Compline, Maryland. Hello. Allison from Las Vegas. Yes. Okay. So, as I said, the part my name is Kelwin Hagen, for those that don't know me, and I am extremely pleased to be here with us right now, right here, today. So, it's good to be here. And today's reading I'm taking from a book by Ernest Holmes called Living Without Fear. And I'll have to change the title of this prayer later because I lost the page that I was going to do and it's not popping right back up. So that's the way that goes, right? So I think that's kind of telling that wasn't supposed to what I was going to be reading. So I'm going to just read this piece from the beginning. It's the opening of the book, part 1. And it says, freedom from fear is possible. From time immemorial, it has been almost instinctive for man, when confronted with fear, to turn to what he has considered a power greater than himself, to seek release or protection from situations and conditions which have threatened what he considered a normal, natural existence. This turning to a greater power has been common to all men at all times, and is an inherent aspect of all religious beliefs. Primarily, it is an act of thought, but it is also accompanied by actions commensurate with the nature of the thought. This act of thought has been called many things, but is commonly identified as prayer. However, much that has passed as prayer has been ineffective in establishing the freedom sought. What we seek to determine the nature of man and the prayer which produces desired results. Ooh. Fear. The thing that naturally takes us to a desire to connect with something greater than ourselves. Fear. And then I'm going to read the beginning of part 2, too. Growing from fear into freedom. Ever since the first cell of life appeared on this planet, there has been a continual upward spiral growth and development. That the many manifest forms of life appear to have had a purposive directive factor behind them. This directive factor seems to have had a accumulation in man, and even man in his present physical state no doubt will still have future refinements. We have discovered that much about the physical aspects of living things. We have discovered much about the physical aspect of living things, but about what that apparently unique phenomenon in man, his mind, we still have much to learn. What it is, what it can do, and the potentialities latent in it are hardly yet recognized. However, the appearance of mind in man, the ability to think, is the most recent and the cumulative expression of the purposeful action of life. It would appear that for the most part man is still in his infancy in developing the use of the mind. The mind has been given to us, but what happens to its growth and development is largely an individual undertaking. Ours is the responsibility to use it and unleash its limitless possibilities. It is in our proper use of the potentialities of the mind that rests our power to release ourselves from fear and discover a new freedom for expressing and experiencing the greater joy of living which is rightfully ours. This book opens up a lot of different thoughts. Living without fear. Fear. One of the two basic feelings that we experience in life. We experience love and we experience fear. Now, there are a lot of other emotions that we turn these things into. But these are things that our mind does. And if our mind can turn a piece of fear into hate and anger and these things, why can't it transpose that fear into something greater? Something that moves forward into love. So one of the things I like to think is when I get something happening in my life that is a stirring up of fear inside of me, when I can take a few minutes to breathe and come back to the present moment, the beginning, the new beginning, I can choose to respond from love instead of reacting from the fear that is induced by what I'm fearing. And the first thing I need to do is recognize where this fear is coming from. Now, is this fear coming from something in my past? Something I'm afraid of in my future? Is this fear coming from something I'm thinking about me, or something I'm thinking about somebody else, the you? Where's this fear coming from? How is it serving me? You know, most fear doesn't serve us at all. And I'm not talking about the kind of fear like, you know, you got to get eaten by a tiger. Your legs start running. I'm talking about deeper fears than that. The fears that come from within us. Because that's where most of them are coming from. Because most of the things that we fear have never happened and never will. And yet, we allow ourselves to be pulled down that path of fear. And we know if you look at society right now, that fear is pulling us into hate, anger, division, right? So we need to change that. And where do we change that? Right here and right here. We change it with our heart and our thoughts. And we pull away from the fear. And we bring ourselves into a more loving place. So, let's do that. Today, let's really do that. Let's pay attention to where the fear is coming from and what we may be fearing. And really look at whether or not that fear is from something real or something real. Real meaning R-E-E-L, a movie, a projection that we've created in our own head, or real, something that's taking place that we actually have to take action on. Okay. Well, Marcy, yes, we can do that. However, when I'm talking about where the fear is coming from, so that we learn to recognize when we're stepping out of the now moment and into other things. Because our body is always right here in the now. So if there's something else taking place that is a false projection in our head, it's coming from the past, the future, from thoughts of myself or thoughts of other people and other things. So I don't need to go into the depth and figure out all the details of the fear. But I do need to learn where it's coming from so that I can learn in the future nows as well, how to not be pulled out of the now into that spot in the past, that spot in the future, or whatever else is pulling me out. Because you are correct. We don't have to know every detail about what's causing us this fear. However, knowing where it's coming from, what is pulling me out of this now moment into this fearful moment? Because fear isn't really a present moment. It's something taking place that's not right here. It's not part of my body. It's not part of what's here. It's part of something I'm thinking, something I'm allowing my mind to take me to. Does that make sense? I hope so. Well, it does make a little bit of sense to me. So, So I'm going to start with 3 breaths. 3 nice, solid breaths here this morning, coming back to this now moment. I am so grateful. I'm grateful for this morning, grateful for my life, grateful for each breath. Grateful that this morning I woke up to a beautiful morning and I get to have another day. Grateful for all the things taking place in my life, all the beautiful loving things, all the lifing all around me. I am grateful for the people in my life. I'm grateful for the people in my life that bring out my joy. And I'm grateful for the people in my life that bring out my fears, my challenges. I'm grateful for each and every one of these things that is part of what builds my life into what and whose I am. I am grateful for all things taking place, all places, always. Knowing that all of these things are the one thing. Lifing. Yes. God. Yes. Nature. Yes. Love. Yes. Beauty. Yes. It. I am grateful for the it of all things, because it is all there is. Sometimes the best word to describe the everything is just it. Because if it is God. This is true of all things. It is what I am. The simplicity of it boggles my mind. God is all there is. Therefore, God is all I am. God is all I am. Say that with me. God is all I am. God is all I am. Knowing that God is all I am, I know that without a doubt God is all that you are. It is everything you are, and everything you are is God. This is what we are. We are this living, breathing life of God. And as we move forward through our day, knowing that our day, our very day, is the living, breathing life of God taking place right here, right now. Time, past, future, me, you, everything that is taking place is the life of God right here, right now. And as I move forward in this beautiful, simple thought of oneness, of unity, of infinite love, of infinite connections, of infinite abundance, as I move forward in this spot of perfect health, perfect wealth, perfect finances, perfect life, I know that this life that is taking place as God, as me, as we, is giving me and bringing me exactly what I need in each moment for me to grow into more of who I am, so that the individual that is this part of the oneness can thrive and expand the whole. So as we move forward through these times, these times that are like all other times in humanity, that are riddled with fear, I look at this and I cast aside the fear. I cast the fear of my health aside, knowing that I am the perfect creation of God right here. I cast aside the fear of violence, knowing that I am the perfect peace of God right here. I cast aside the thought of lack, knowing that I am the abundant life of God right here. That all the abundance that is the life of God is my life too. And I look forward and I know that I am blessed, and I know that the teachings of Agape and New Thought are blessed and teaching us to recognize the world as the one life of God that we get to be, not just part of, but all of. We are the living, breathing love of God right here, right now. And as I know this, I know that each and every person suffering from any disease or ailment or chronic thing in the body, that the perfect healing of God is taking place right there, right where we are, right here, right now. The perfect healing of God is taking place. Because God is always bringing to each and every one of us exactly what we need at all times. The living, breathing life of God is all there is. So as we move forward with this, knowing that we get to live another day as the glory as the glory that is the living life of God. The simplicity of it is mind-boggling. So as I recognize that there are things happening on a human level all around this planet that seem to reflect something other than the living, breathing life of God, I know the truth. What is the truth? The truth is that God is all there is, and that everything that is taking place everywhere is serving the greater good. Everything is moving us forward into a more loving, more compassionate, more abundant life. The simplicity of it. Just wrap your head and your thoughts around the simplicity of it. So as I move forward in this day, today, I look at each thing that's taking place, and when something bumps to my life, to our life, that is instilling a fear, I look at that fear and I look at why, what, and I move past it and I respond from a loving place, knowing that in that there is a lesson, that there is no time that any of us lose if we choose not to lose. We either win or we learn, and we grow and we expand. So today I know for each one of us here in the we that is all things, the living, breathing life of God is right here, right now. Right here, right now. So as I come to a close of this prayer, I'm just going to have us take 3 breaths again, 3 solid breaths, and come back to this now moment. And I want you to really feel the love, the abundance, and the beauty that's in this moment right here, right now, as we take 3 breaths. And with that, knowing as we move forward through this day, we get to choose where our thoughts take us. We get to choose whether or not we march down the road of fear or love. We get to choose. We get to choose. I choose love. And I'm thankful for the truth to these words. I'm thankful to the power in these words. I'm thankful to the love and the abundance that is in all things around me everywhere, that these words manifest in me a more abundant, more loving response to the world. I give thanks that I get to choose. I get to be an individual inside the oneness of all of us. And I let it go. I release it without necessarily understanding all the fine details of it. I release all that doesn't serve me. I release and let go of all the fear and all the doubt. I release all the thoughts of lack. I release all the thoughts of dis-ease. I release all the fear of violence. I release everything into the one life, the one love, the one big, beautiful yes. And I say, and so it is. Amen. Yes, Mary, I choose love. You're welcome. Thank you for the stars, Mercy. Glad I could answer that question before. Healing for Cynthia. Knowing that Cynthia is surrounded by the perfection of God. Where she is, God is as her and as everyone serving her needs. Thank you, Kay. I never know for sure if I answer it well or not. The answers come through me, and I kind of listen to them myself. And usually it's just what I need to hear anyway. Healing and wholeness for your mom's dearest. Yes, I got that one already. Sorry, it's my thing's bouncing around. So, healing and wholeness for your coworker strained their neck over the weekend. Yes, knowing that's where God is. Oh, thank you for the wonderful answer. Thank you, Marcy. I'm sorry. Once it starts going, it starts to fill in. Doesn't always let me go where I want to go. So, and so it is, and so it is, and so it is. It is so done. It is done. It is done. I love you all so much. And now remember, go tune into agapelive.com. Look at all the classes and different things going on. If you weren't at Sunday's service yesterday, go turn into, especially, go watch the 11 o'clock service, the joy and the celebration in the 39th year of Agape. So it's definitely worth your time. A beautiful lesson from Reverend Michael, wonderful singers and songs, and a beautiful chamber prayer at the end with all the practitioners present making a circle around the entire congregation and praying at the same time. It had so much power. I felt so blessed to be there for part of that. So, and if you need to reach me, please feel free to. This again, I'm Kelwin Hagen, Kelwin, Hagen, Hagen. If you go into Facebook, you can find me there. I do a book club on Thursday nights where we read a book, and then we read a chapter or so out of a book while we discuss the chapter. So that it's pretty wonderful time, and you can find that pinned to the top of my Facebook page. And if you go into Facebook Messenger, you can call me directly or page me or message me there, and I will respond. And I look forward to hearing from you. If you need anything, or you just need to talk. The service was wonderful, and it was wonderful to see you. It's always a joy to see folks out. It was my joy to see you, and yeah, it was. The energy there was amazing yesterday, and afterwards, everybody was dancing out in the lobby and eating cookies. Hi, Patri. Oh, not in Hawaii right now, in Idaho. Well, enjoy your visit to Idaho. It's a beautiful time of the year to be there, especially if you're normally in Hawaii. You get to enjoy cold and snow. Have fun with that. I don't know if you're staying through Thanksgiving, but if you are, happy Thanksgiving. Love you too, Danielle. So, I'm grateful for this time of activation and remembering. Thank you, Kelwin. Claiming all is well and all needs are met for everyone part of this time. Yes. Every part of this time. Absolutely. Okay. Well. I love you. I love you. I love you. Please carry this reverential time, this prayer time, this stillness time with you for the rest of the day. And by the way, I will be here at noon California time for the noon meditation. We'll be taking a break and coming in to you guys, and I look forward to seeing you there. So I just want to say peace. I love you. I love you. I love you.